G'day everybody, this is Johnny Siegel from Acorn Wealth Corp, and this is your executive summary for stock setups for Wednesday. Of course, standard disclaimer up on the screen here, which you can take a quick read through, and we will jump on over to the live charts. Okay, so let's take a look at the S&P 500. Obviously, again, we have been seeing that the market's kind of been going back and forth for a little while. I mean, it's not much action in terms of the S&P over these last few days, but when you see the movement today, was a nice big push up. So this reminiscent of a flag formation. So we're seeing that we had this big bar of volume. Here you go, right there on the 6th of June, which would suggest a potential beginning of a flag. And if we have a look at there we go, the flag pole. So that's basically what we're potentially contending with. We would then minimize that a little bit. We're looking at a possible target here of around the 3,000 level, 29.97. So we may very well see the index continue to push up. Now, high yield bonds also had a nice push, good volume, not huge volume, but good volume today over the last couple of days. So we're still seeing that bullish sentiment come through with 2 days now left in the open range until it resets on the 21st. Now, this is certainly been reflected in some very impressive performance across the board in stocks. Now, RTTR, which we mentioned last night in the summary, is still holding its own. We have a nice hammer candle today, just kind of holding that support level. So we'll look to see if that's able to continue its rally tomorrow. But not a big move percentage-wise today, but still the formation and the pattern is holding nicely. Freeport McMoran had a good move, up 3.6%. So this is also looking good, of course, bouncing off of the moving averages. So you can see the nice consolidation down to the moving average and good volume on the springboard up off of it. So that's looking good. We had, of course, the huge winner today was XON, which of course is a fallen angel. And I'll just go to the other chart here to illustrate that, because it's kind of set up a little bit nicely. So there you go. So as you can see, we rallied up into that resistance point around $7.30, which we talked about in last week's trading room, and then we pulled back and we broke through it yesterday, and of course, which is where I loaded back up. In fact, I more than doubled my position in XON yesterday, and also increased in the stock. Also increased my position in the options, and then wow, today, bang. Had announced a big deal, stock up 13.16%. This thing has just been a great payday, all the way now up from $5, almost doubled. So again, you can see it's coming into contact with these moving averages again. So this is a beautiful fallen angel setup, and as you can see, once we get across a close above $9, the sky's the limit for this. So we'll see if we can get. I'd love to see this above $9 tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'll be 36,000 feet in the air, so hopefully they have Wi-Fi on the plane, because this will be hard not to watch. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. But so far, just a wonderful trade setup already. So let's have a look now. We'll have a look at General Electric next. Oops, well, in fact, we'll go over back to the normal charts, just because those are, there we go. So General Electric, again, we're along this already, but nice volume today, and we should. I'd like to really. What's going to help this is a nice strong close above the 1050 area. But good move so far. A strong close above 1050 is going to be the catalyst, I think, for some good support and a further move to the upside. And that's a fallen angel as well on General Electric, similar to the break we just had on XON. ENT, of course, our very speculative trade, which we are holding long as well. Obviously, nice move today, up over 6%. 6.4% to be exact. And again, it's choppy, it's speculative, it's kind of a rough ride, but it's making its way up nicely so far. And of course, money flow now holding above zero. So ENT on the speculative side moving nicely so far. MGM, which is a big smart money play, lots of insider buying, as you can see here on the chart. We've got $75 million worth recently bought, followed by a previous $20 million worth from a direct to purchase down there around 25 bucks. Downward channel setup, just broke out through the entry signal today. So we'll see how that one continues to move, but obviously looking great and technically strong so far. And NUGT early still, but it did close a new high with a nice long candle. So it kind of lost a bit of ground in the latter part of the day, but it's strong in the early days. So we'll see how this particular continues to push tomorrow. But in the early signs, obviously it's choppy, but it is holding the upward trajectory for now. To look at the shorts, GLUU is actually holding really nicely. Again, you can see the way that these moving averages are just holding it down, as well as this resistance line. So this could very well and very easily drop towards the 652 target. Of course, that was an option setup that we also suggested on that, which would benefit well, of course, from a further decline of around 60 cents. So looking good and holding its territory. HDS is also looking good and holding its territory. Of course, a head and shoulders play. Some nice bearish candles over these last few days, so with increasing volume on the sell side. So especially in an upward market, to see any of these holding their downward trajectories is impressive. So that's looking good still. NTNX, which we just bought puts on the other day, as we mentioned, there was a new entry signal on this. Of course, it was an original entry signal up here on the 21st of May. Both doing well so far, and we just want to, if this can crack down below 24.66, just keep in mind that our longer term target, with the 22.33 is the next target, but our longer term target could see us drop as low as $12. So NTNX also looking good today in the wake of the strength, I should say, of the market. CRAI, C-R-A-I, also rolling over nicely, bouncing off of that overhead moving average, and ever so slightly breaking a new low today, again with volume just creeping up to the sell side. Not huge, but sufficient. And last but not least, PZZA, Pizza, or Papa John's to be precise. Obviously, this is one that we had liked as a hedge, a contrarian trade going down in an upward market. And of course, there's that head and shoulders that we've seen in other players like NTNX and HDS and so forth. I was getting nervous for a second as it kind of approached this stop loss area, but as you can see, selling off all these candles, never holding any of their gains, and then we had a nice down day today. So again, it's funny when you look down and in the chat rooms, and you can see here from StockTwits, you know, Mr. Mike 786, why did this POS go down all of a sudden? Angry face. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, head and shoulders. so far so good. And again, this just it's comments like this, and you see when you read through these comments just how many people don't understand how very, very valuable and very important patterns are. So with that, I will finish the summary for this evening, and of course, as always, happy trading. Take care.